because every case is different, what I want to do in this video is just tell all of our clients, like, our job is to get you, the specific client, the best possible outcome for them. I'm gonna kind of give a lawyer answer here, unfortunately, and the real answer is probably the number one question that we get as personal injury attorneys from our clients is, how long is this going to take? Right. And so I'm going to kind of give a lawyer answer here, unfortunately. And the real answer is, it depends on the case. Right. But what I want to do, because every case is different, what I want to do in this video is just talk generally what factors go into dictating how long in certain clients' case is going to take. So there are a number of factors, right? But the most influential, the number one question that I'm telling clients, especially in car accident cases, the number one question that we're answering, hopefully within the first week of you being a client, is how much insurance coverage is available, right? So in cases where there's a lot of insurance coverage available, so let's say the person or company that caused the injury is a big company, and so we know that the amount of insurance coverage available is going to be a really big amount. Those cases are almost always going to take a lot longer than the opposite scenario, where, let's say, Jane Smith causes an accident and Jane only has like the state minimum amount of insurance coverage available. That's the number one question that we have to answer to determine how long a case is going to take. So in the cases where there's a small amount of insurance coverage available, those are generally going to be a lot quicker than the opposite scenario. And the reason for that is the insurance companies on the other side, we're in constant communication with them. We're giving them updates on how our clients are doing, how they're feeling, what their medical treatment, medical bills are looking like during the process. And once the injuries, the bills, the treatment gets to a place where it's clear that the case is worth more than the available coverage, in most scenarios, the insurance company is then going to what we call tender, or pay the full amount of insurance coverage available. So depending on the specifics of the case, that could be, in a few months. It could be in 1 month. That's a little bit less common, but it could be on a really short timeline because there's not a lot of money available for that particular case. In the opposite scenario, let's say that, it's a slip and fall at a major retailer, or a products liability case where the product that injured our client is from a big company. And so really the amount of money available, or insurance money available for that particular case, is not going to be an issue. And so it's really just a question in those cases of what it is the case worth? What are the injuries like? What medical treatment do those injuries require? And in those cases, how long it's going to take, there's a huge spectrum of possibilities there, right? So in lots of cases, our clients have really serious injuries that require lots and lots and lots of medical treatment over months and even years. Generally, what the medical professionals are going to do is they're going to treat our clients in a way that is least invasive, right? Start with the least serious things to try to resolve injuries for people. Therapy, chiropractic care, sort of the next level of care is usually pain management techniques. And if those aren't solving the problems, those aren't getting rid of the pain or healing the clients, then we're looking at surgical procedures. And so that course of treatment takes a long time, right? And so that's going to lead to months or even years in some cases. And we're always telling clients when they're asking us this situation is we don't want to even think about trying to settle your case until we have 100% clarity on your medical situation, right? We understand the injuries and we understand the long-term effects of those injuries. And the reason that's so important is because one of the elements or one of the parts of every personal injury case are future medical expenses. And so it would be a really poor decision. And we never want to, settle a case before we have a full grip and full handle on what the future looks like. The third really big factor in determining how long a personal injury case is going to take is the insurance company being fair, right? And so I tell clients all the time, if insurance companies would just be fair and treat people right, there would be no need for what we do. But unfortunately, an insurance company being fair and treating people right is the exception. It's not the rule, right? And so we've already discussed the first two factors, which is how much money is available for the particular claim, and then what are the damages? What does the medical treatment look like according to the injuries? So let's say we have a lot of insurance coverage available, a lot of money that we can potentially recover for a case. And then we have a really good understanding of what clients, medical professionals, the doctors are saying. We understand the long-term ramifications of the injuries. We understand what the future looks like. At that point, you could make an attempt to settle the case, and then it becomes about the insurance company being fair. So we tend to be really cynical as it relates to insurance companies. We just see them treat our clients unfairly, honestly, on a daily basis. Really, their job on the other side of these cases is to devalue the case. And so as it relates to them being fair and the timeline on whether or not we're able to resolve a case as soon as we have clarity on the amount of damages, it really then becomes about really two things. So number one, like what does our client want to do? So we tell all of our clients, like, our job is to get you, the specific client, the best possible outcome for them. And so everybody's different, right? Every case is different. Some clients want to take it the whole way, right? They want to go to court and they want to go through the entire litigation process, and they want to go to trial and have a jury decide how much their case is worth. We're in for that if that's what the client wants. And some clients don't want to do that. But generally speaking, as far as timeline and offer amount, the closer a trial date is, the more imminent a trial date is on a case, the more the insurance company is going to offer. However, our courts are overloaded. And once we're into the court system, it can take, 18 months, 2 years, or even longer to get to a trial. And so sometimes, in some instances, it may make sense to resolve the case before getting all the way to the trial date. So those are really the three major factors that go into determining how long a personal injury case is going to take. Obviously, every case is different. And so, maybe your case could be in somewhere in the middle of all the different situations that we've discussed. Appreciate you guys watching.